13 ways to celebrate National Public Lands Day. National Public Lands Day is the nation's largest single-day volunteer effort for public lands.
And this year, it falls on September 20th, 23rd and 24th. National public lands include a lot of different protected natural environments in America.
From national parks, memorials, and monuments to wildlife refuges, conservation areas, trails, wilderness areas, seashores, lakeshores, and more, public lands are actually all around us! In fact, nearly 40 of the United States is public land, supported by taxpayers and managed by federal, states, or local governments. They are also currently threatened by federal budget cuts and proposed legislation that could harm or threaten their existence. Whether you just love the outdoors, are interested in the shared history of public lands, or want to protect them for future generations, National Public Lands Day aims to celebrate the connection between people and their communities' natural spaces. Here is your guide on how to celebrate National Public Lands Day this year. By the way, some of the links in this article, like books, are affiliate links, which means if you make a purchase after clicking the link, we may earn a commission at no extra cost to you.
Thank you! Activities and ideas how to recognize National Public Lands Day. Volunteer, take action, urge your elected officials to protect public lands. Now more than ever, the federal government needs a reminder from us as constituents that these public lands matter and deserve to be protected. Contact your representatives to urge them to take action to protect public lands by resisting funding and employment cuts across the country, fighting back against the construction of oil pipelines, holding corporations accountable, establishing robust sustainability and conservation laws, and more. You can also simply let your representatives know that you value audiences like the National Park Service and want them to work to protect them.
Need a script to get you started? We've got you covered. Sign a petition to protect public lands. The National Parks Conservation Association has collected a handful of petitions that would send a message directly to elected officials calling for action to protect the country's parks. With a simple input of one's name, address, and contact information, the non-profit will do the hard work to tally supporters in the fight for the country's parks. Clean up your local public lands. Grab a cleanup kit and pick up litter in your nearby public lands. You can also help spread the word about the importance of responsible park usage, or even reach out to your local parks department to inquire about improved recycling or waste management options. Better yet, make this a regular part of your routine. Pick up trash on your daily walks or rally some friends for a monthly cleanup effort. Make today's actions the start of something even more impactful. Become a volunteer at a local or national park. While some of the most popular parks sure get their share of foot traffic, there's one thing every protected natural space needs: more volunteers. Whether you sign up to volunteer with the National Park Service or you reach out to a local wildlife refuge or conservation space, your time, energy, and skills are vital to the protection of America's wildest spaces. Donate to organizations that protect national parks and public lands. Projects, nonprofits, and funds of all kinds exist to maintain and protect our public lands. Consider contributing to some of them during National Public Lands Day. Celebrate, enjoy a fee-free day at a national park. Every year, the National Park Service announces a number of fee-free days to ensure that our national parks are accessible to everyone. The good news: 310 national park destinations are already free every day. The even better news: National Public Lands Day is a fee-free day across all national parks! Once you're ready to lace up your boots, give one of the country's most historic national parks a visit. The National Park Service has tons of resources to help ensure you plan ahead and have the trip of a lifetime. Attend a National Public Lands Day event. National Public Lands Day brings individuals, families, and community groups together to help restore and improve our beloved outdoor spaces. According to the National Environmental Education Foundation, over the last decade, over 1 million volunteers have donated nearly 5 million hours of their time for public lands on this special holiday! You can find a full directory of this year's events through an interactive map. Watch a documentary about our public lands. Check out a few of our favorites: Public Trust, The Fight for America's Public Lands, Patagonia Films, The Ground Between Us, Films for Action, This Land, Vimeo, This American Land, PBS, The National Parks, America's Best Idea, PBS, Our Great National Parks, Netflix, read books about public lands and national parks. Bonus points if you bring said books with you when you venture outdoors. Here are a few recs to add to your library: Our Common Grounds, A History of America's Public Lands, by John D. Leshy Bookshop, Amazon, The Power of Scenery, Frederick Law Olmsted, and The Origin of National Parks, by Dennis Dribble. Bookshop, Amazon, This America of Ours, Bernard and Avis Devoto, and The Forgotten Fight to Save the Wild, by Nature. The Bookshop, Amazon, Our National Forests, Stories from America's Most Important Public Lands, by Greg M. Peters. Bookshop, Amazon, The Wild Country, An Epic Journey Through the Past, Present, and Future of America's Public Lands, by Mark Kenyon. Bookshop, Amazon, The Hike, by Alison Farrell. Bookshop, Amazon, You Are Home, An Ode to the National Parks by Evan Tech Books Up. Amazon Read Good News About Public Lands. Part of the fun of celebrating public lands also means celebrating good news about national parks and public lands. Here are just a few to get you started, Carl, and learn more about the history behind America's public lands. U.S. public lands are the ancestral lands of indigenous peoples and tribal nations. Prior to Western colonization, these lands were managed sustainably for thousands of years by these communities. Learn more about the history and timeline of public lands through a guide from the Public Lands Foundation, and be sure to think critically and through an intersectional lens as you consider the implications and responsibility of land ownership. Learn